My beloved, you have been fighting a battle that no one else has seen. My child, have you not? You have been standing on the lonely battlefield of your own heart, waging a silent, wearying war against forces that have threatened to overwhelm you. You have put on a brave face for the world, a mask of composure, while within, a great and arduous struggle has been taking place. They, the world, have seen only your functioning exterior, and they have been utterly oblivious to the immense courage, the profound endurance, the sheer strength it has taken for you to simply get through each day. And in this unwitnessed battle, my beloved, a deep and painful loneliness has been your closest companion, the ache of a struggle that is unseen, unacknowledged, and uncelebrated. You have begun to fear that your fight is a pointless one, that your valiant efforts are being poured out into a silent, indifferent void. This is the great and sorrowful burden of an unseen struggle. My precious one, it is to be a soldier in a war that no one else knows is being fought. It is to carry the weight of a great trial while being expected to live as if you are unburdened. It is to be wounded and to have no one to tend to your injuries, for no one can even see that you are bleeding. The battle you have been fighting has taken many forms. It has been the silent war against a besetting anxiety, a constant, internal static of fear that has sought to rob you of your peace. It has been the long, drawn-out siege of a lingering grief, a sorrow that has laid claim to the territory of your heart. It has been the fierce, hand-to-hand combat with a temptation, a destructive habit that has wrestled for the dominion of your will. It has been the wearying war of attrition against a chronic illness, a difficult circumstance, a toxic environment, whatever its name. The battle has been real. It has been arduous. And it has been, in your perception, a profoundly lonely one. The world, my child, has no capacity to see this inner warfare. It judges only by what is visible. As long as you have continued to perform your duties, as long as you have managed to maintain a semblance of normalcy, the world has concluded that all is well. It has not seen the tears you have cried in secret. It has not felt the pounding of your anxious heart in the middle of the night. It has not known the sheer force of will it has taken for you to simply get out of bed in the morning and face another day of the same relentless struggle. And its blindness to your battle has deepened your sense of isolation, making you feel as though you are living a double life, the outer one a performance, and the inner one a secret, desperate war. And because your struggle has been unseen, your courage has gone uncelebrated. The world saves its applause for visible victories, for triumphant outcomes. It does not know how to honor the quiet, dogged, day-by-day heroism of a soul that simply refuses to give up, that continues to choose faith in the face of fear, that continues to stand in the midst of a battle that it feels it is losing, and in the absence of any external affirmation. You have begun to question the value of your own fight. What is the point? Your weary heart has asked. Why continue this exhausting struggle when no one sees? No one knows. No one cares. This, my child, is the despair that the enemy of your soul has sought to cultivate within you through this experience of an unseen struggle. He has wanted you to believe that you are alone, that your efforts are futile, that your battle is a hopeless one, so that you would finally lay down your arms and surrender the territory of your heart to its lies of despair and defeat. But I come to you now, my valiant and weary warrior. As you stand on this lonely battlefield, I come to you as the one true witness who has not missed a single moment of your fight. I am here to shatter the illusion of your aloneness, to honor the magnificence of your unseen courage, and to speak a new and glorious reality over your life. And my message to you is twofold, a promise that perfectly meets the twofold pain of your weary heart. First, know this, my beloved, I've seen you struggle. And second, know this with an equal certainty, I am here to restore you. Every moment of your battle has been witnessed by me. My child, my loving, attentive gaze has been upon you. I saw your courage. I saw your endurance. I saw your tears. I saw your quiet prayers, whispered from a heart that was on the verge of breaking. None of it has been in vain. None of it has been for naught. Your struggle has not been a pointless affliction. It has been a sacred testimony of a faithful heart, a testimony that I have received with a profound and holy pride. And my seeing, my child, has not been the passive observation of a distant spectator. It has been the loving, engaged watching of your king, your captain, who has been with you in the trenches, who has been feeling the force of the battle with you, and who has been waiting for the perfect moment to intervene, to bring the reinforcements, to turn the tide, and to bring the battle to its glorious and triumphant conclusion. That moment, my child, is now. My seeing of your struggle is now culminating in my action for your restoration. The time for your lonely endurance is over. The time for your divine reinforcement and your glorious restoration has come. Do not be afraid. You are not alone. I have seen you struggle, and I am here now, in power and in love, to restore you. Yes, my precious child, as you begin to absorb the glorious hope of my promise, let us first linger in the profound and healing reality of its foundation. I have seen you struggle. Let these words sink deeper than all the years of your felt invisibility, deeper than all the moments of your profound loneliness. You have believed your battle to be an unwitnessed one, your endurance a solitary act performed on a forgotten stage. But I am here to tell you that my gaze has been your constant and most attentive audience. I have not just been aware of your trial in a general sense. I have seen every moment. My loving, compassionate, and proud eyes have been fixed upon you, and not a single detail of your courageous journey has been missed by me. The world is blind to the true battles of the human heart. My child, it sees only the surface, the performance, the outcome. It did not see the immense effort it took for you to simply get out of bed this morning, to put on the mask of functionality, and to face a day that your spirit felt too weary to endure. But I saw it, and I did not see it as a sign of your weakness, but as an act of magnificent, heroic courage. I celebrated that single, difficult choice as a great victory. The world did not hear the quiet prayer you whispered in the dead of night. Your voice thick with tears, your heart filled with a fear you could not articulate. It heard only the silence, but I heard it. I heard the language of your soul, the profound trust in your turning towards me, even in your deepest despair. And I received that broken, faltering prayer as a more beautiful song of worship than any anthem sung by a great choir. I saw you, and I heard you. I have seen the moments of your quiet integrity, my beloved, the times when you were tempted to cut a corner, to speak a harsh word in retaliation, to give in to a despairing or a cynical thought, and you chose, with a strength that was not your own, my higher way. No one on earth knew the battle that was waged in your heart in that moment, the cost of that choice, but I knew. I was there, your silent cheerleader, your proud trainer, my own heart swelling with a divine joy as I witnessed you choose love over fear, grace over bitterness, hope over despair. These small, unseen victories of character, my child, have been the magnificent, celebrated events of your season of struggle, and they are a treasure I hold in my memory forever. I have seen your hidden tears, the tear that fell as you remembered a past loss, the tear that sprang from a fresh disappointment, the tears of sheer exhaustion, of a spirit that felt it could not possibly go on. You have believed these tears to be a sign of your defeat, a private shame, but I have seen them as a holy libation, a sacred offering poured out upon the altar of your heart, a testament to your tenderness, your capacity to love, your beautiful, authentic humanity, and I have treasured every single one. You must understand, my child, that my seeing of your struggle has not been the detached observation of a distant spectator. My gaze is a form of my presence, a form of my love, a form of my upholding. In the very act of my seeing you, I have been with you. My seeing has been the unseen hand upon your shoulder, steadying you when you thought you would fall. My seeing has been the quiet whisper of encouragement to your spirit when you felt you could not take another step. My seeing has been the divine light that has kept the spark of your hope from being utterly extinguished in the profound darkness of your trial. You have survived this struggle, my beloved, not just because you are strong, but because you have been seen, you have been known, and you have been perpetually, lovingly, powerfully held in the attentive gaze of your God. Let this truth begin to heal the profound wound of your loneliness, the ache of your invisibility. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Your most secret battle has been the focus of all of heaven's attention. Your most quiet act of faithfulness has been met with a thunderous, celestial applause. The world may have been blind to your struggle, but your Father has not missed a single precious moment. And because I have seen it all, my child, the depth of your pain, the weariness of your spirit, the courage of your heart, I am now here to act. My seeing is always the prelude to my saving. My witness is always the precursor to my work of restoration. I have seen, my beloved. And because I have seen, because I know, because I love you with an everlasting love, I am now here to restore you. The time of your lonely struggle is over, and the time of your glorious, witnessed, and divine restoration has now come. And so, my cherished child, as you begin to absorb the profound and healing truth that I have been the constant witness to your every struggle, let me now illuminate for you the very nature of my divine sight. For you have feared that my seeing of your pain was the detached, passive observation of a distant deity, a king watching a battle from a high and remote tower. aware of the conflict, but uninvolved in its outcome. And this has been a source of your deepest confusion. Your most painful question: if you saw me, why did you not act sooner? But you have misunderstood the very nature of my gaze. My beloved, my seeing is not a passive act. It is an active, powerful, and profoundly purposeful attention. My witness to your struggle has not been a sign of my inaction, but has been, in itself, a form of my divine action, an action of upholding you, of sustaining you, and of patiently, lovingly preparing you for the magnificent restoration that I have now come to bring. In your human experience, to see is often to be separate from what is seen. But in my divine reality, my seeing is a form of my being with you. My gaze upon you has been a constant stream of my life-giving energy, a beam of my own presence that has been sustaining your spirit even when you felt it was about to be extinguished. It has been my sight upon you that has been the unseen force holding the fragments of your heart together, preventing a complete and irreparable shattering. You have felt as though you were enduring this battle in your own strength. But I tell you, my child, my loving, attentive gaze has been the very power that has enabled your endurance. You have survived not because you were strong, but because you are seen, and the one who sees you is the source of all strength. Furthermore, my seeing of your struggle has been a purposeful waiting, an act of divine and loving patience. I know that in your pain, you have longed for an immediate rescue, a sudden end to your trial. But I, who see the end from the beginning, who understand the profound work that can only be accomplished in the crucible of trial, I have been waiting for the perfect moment, the fullness of time, for my restorative intervention. My seeing has been the watchful gaze of a master artisan who knows that a great work of art cannot be rushed, that the clay must be allowed to be worked upon the wheel, that the gold must be allowed to be purified in the fire. In your struggle, my beloved, a magnificent character has been forged, a new resilience, a deeper compassion, a more profound humility, a more authentic faith. These are the eternal treasures that have been brought forth from the very furnace of your affliction. And had I intervened too soon, had I rescued you from the struggle before this beautiful work was complete, I would have robbed you of the very riches that your trial was designed to produce. My seeming silence, my apparent lack of action, was not a sign of my indifference, but a sign of my profound faith in you, my trust in the work that my spirit was doing within you, and my patient, loving commitment to your ultimate, most glorious good. My seeing of your struggle has been the preparation for your restoration. I have not been idly watching. I have been assessing the damage, preparing the materials, and drawing up the blueprints for your magnificent rebuilding. I have been watching you learn the lessons that were necessary for your next season of life. I have been watching you develop the spiritual muscles that will be required for the new and glorious purpose I have for you. Your entire season of struggle, under my watchful and loving gaze, has been a sacred and necessary preparation for the glorious season of restoration that is now at hand. So when you look back on this difficult time, my child, see it now with this new understanding. My seeming silence was not abandonment. It was a quiet focus of the divine physician preparing the perfect remedy. My seeming inaction was not indifference. It was the patient wisdom of the master builder. waiting for the perfect moment to begin his work of restoration. Every moment of your struggle has been seen, has been held, and has been part of a beautiful, loving, and divinely orchestrated plan. Trust me in this, my beloved. My seeing is never passive. It is always active, always loving, always purposeful. And the long season of my watchful waiting is now over. And because I have seen, because I have been with you, because I have prepared you through your very trial, the time for my open, powerful, and glorious action has now come. I have seen you struggle, and my seeing was the very act that has upheld you. That has prepared you, and that has now brought you to this magnificent moment of your complete and total restoration. And so, my cherished child, having understood that my seeing of your struggle has been an active, loving, and purposeful watchfulness, a sacred preparation for your restoration, the season of that quiet, hidden work now comes to its magnificent and powerful culmination. For my seeing was always the prelude to my acting. And I declare to you now, my beloved, a truth that will change the very atmosphere of your soul, a truth that will cause the very forces of darkness that have assailed you to tremble. The time of waiting is over. I am here now. I have come to you. The divine restorer has personally entered the scene of your struggle, and my very arrival marks the beginning of the end of your long and wearying battle. You have been looking for me on the distant horizon, my child, praying for me to send help, to dispatch a legion of angels on your behalf. But listen to my words, and let them be a trumpet of hope to your spirit. I have not sent help. I have come myself. I, your God, have stepped out of my eternity and into the very center of your temporal struggle. I am not a distant king, directing the battle from a safe remove. I have come to stand with you on the battlefield, to place my own divine presence between you and the enemy, to make your cause my own. My arrival on the scene changes everything. My child, it is the great and glorious turning of the tide. The moment I declare, I am here, the entire spiritual dynamic of your situation is altered. The darkness that has for so long felt so powerful, so dominant, is now confronted with a power that is infinitely greater, a reality that is more absolute. Fear cannot long remain in the presence of perfect love. Despair cannot withstand the dawning of a divine and certain hope. And confusion must give way to the magnificent clarity of my truth. My very presence, my beloved, is a divine and holy interruption to the old, sorrowful narrative of your struggle. A new story, a story of restoration, of victory, of my magnificent grace, is now beginning to be written. Feel the shift in the atmosphere of your soul. My precious one, the old, oppressive heaviness of your struggle begins to lift, replaced by a new and beautiful lightness. The chilling winds of your fear begin to subside, warmed by the radiant heat of my loving presence. The frantic, chaotic noise of the battle begins to be quieted by the profound, authoritative peace that I am. You are no longer alone in your fight. My child, I am here now, and my presence is your peace, your strength, your hope, and your certain victory. My arrival is not just for comfort, my beloved, but for action. I have come to restore you. I am the master builder, and I have arrived at the site of your ruin. I have the blueprint in my hand, the tools of my grace ready, and the limitless resources of my kingdom at my disposal. The work of your rebuilding now begins in earnest. The foundation of a new life will be laid. The walls of a new and resilient character will be raised, and a magnificent, beautiful temple of my presence will be constructed from the very rubble of your past. Trust in my presence. My child, believe that I'm here with you, for you. And let this knowledge become the unshakable foundation of your new and courageous faith. The struggle is not yet over, but its outcome is no longer in doubt, for the King has entered the battlefield. The Restorer has arrived on the scene, and I, your loving, all-powerful, and ever-present God, I have come to you. Do not be afraid. Your restoration has begun. And so, my precious child, as you stand in the new and powerful reality of my personal presence with you, as you begin to trust that the Restorer has indeed arrived upon the scene of your struggle, I invite you now to become an attentive and joyful witness to the very commencement of this glorious work. For my arrival is not a passive one. I have not come merely to sit with you in your ruin. I have come to rebuild. And my work of restoration is not just a future promise. It is a present action, even now. My beloved, as you are listening, as you are receiving my truth, the first acts of divine repair are taking place. The work of your restoration has begun. And I desire now to open the eyes of your spirit so that you may see the beautiful, tangible, and hope-filled first signs of your new creation. Do not look for the entire temple to be rebuilt in a single day. My child, my work of restoration is often a meticulous, stone-by-stone process. But the first stones are now being laid, and they are magnificent. You will begin to notice these signs, perhaps subtly at first. In the inner landscape of your own soul, you'll feel a new sense of strength, where before there was only a profound and wearying weakness. You may be facing a task that, just yesterday, would have felt utterly overwhelming, and you will find, to your quiet astonishment, a new capacity, a new resilience, a new and steady fortitude that is not of your own making. This, my child, is a first act of my repair. It is my own divine strength being poured into your weakness, the first beautiful pillar of your new and restored life being raised within you. You will also feel the great and heavy burden upon your spirit begin to lessen. The struggle you have endured has been a weight upon your soul, a constant pressure of sorrow, of anxiety, of fear. But now, as I begin my restorative work, you will feel that weight begin to lift. It may be a moment in your day when you suddenly realize you have not been consumed by your anxious thoughts. It may be a quiet evening when you feel a gentle peace settle upon your heart, a peace that you have not known for so long. This is not just a fleeting good mood. My beloved, this is a tangible result of me, your restorer, beginning to lift the heavy stones of your sorrow from your spirit, creating a new and beautiful lightness, a new and spacious peace within you. And look, my precious one, for the first, tender shoots of a new and resilient hope. The long struggle has depleted your own supply of human optimism, but the hope I am now giving you is of a different quality altogether. It is a hope that is born not of your circumstances, but of my presence. You may find yourself looking at your future, which once seemed so bleak, and seeing a new possibility, a new potential, a quiet, yet certain, expectation of my goodness. This is my spirit, breathing a new hope into your weary soul, a hope that is a firm and secure anchor. Each time this new, quiet hope arises, cherish it. My child, it is a sign that I'm not just rebuilding your past, but I'm also creating a new and glorious future for you. And you will begin to see the first signs of my restoration in your outward circumstances as well. A relationship that was broken may experience a small, yet significant moment of grace, of softening, of a movement towards reconciliation. A situation that seems so hopelessly entangled may see a sudden, unexpected shift, a small opening where before there were only closed doors. A small, unexpected provision may come, a tangible sign of my care for you. Do not despise these small miracles. My child, they are the first evidence of my power at work, the first fruits of your complete restoration. I am your restorer, and my work is now underway. I invite you to be a joyful observer, a grateful participant. In this beautiful process, acknowledge these first signs. Give thanks for them, for in doing so, you are watering the very seeds of your own renewal. You are cooperating with my grace, and you are building your faith upon the beautiful, tangible evidence of my faithfulness. The work of restoration has begun, my beloved, and I will not stop until it is gloriously, magnificently, and completely finished. And so, my cherished child, as you learn to recognize the first beautiful signs of my restorative work in your life, as you feel the new strength, the new peace, the new hope beginning to take root in your soul, a profound and glorious shift in your very identity begins to occur. For so long, you have been defined, both in your own eyes and in the eyes of the world, by your struggle. You have been the one who is suffering, the one who is battling, the one who is broken. But now, as my restoration takes hold, a new and more beautiful identity is emerging. An identity that will supersede all the old, painful labels. You are being transformed, my beloved, from a weary struggler into a magnificent testament of my grace. Your life is no longer a story about your struggle. It is becoming a glorious story about your restoration. This is a change at the very core of your being. My child, to be defined by your struggle is to be in a constant state of battle, of weariness, of looking inward at your own pain. But to be defined by your restoration is to be in a state of peace, of gratitude, of looking upward to me, your restorer. It is a shift from a life that is problem-focused to a life that is promise-focused. And this new identity, this beautiful reality of being a living, breathing testament to my grace, will bring with it a new and profound beauty, a new and quiet authority, and a new and magnificent purpose for your life. Behold the unique beauty of a life that is a testament of grace. My beloved, it is a beauty that is far more profound and compelling than the beauty of a life that has never known a great struggle. For your life now tells a story. It tells a story of a God who is faithful, of a love that is redemptive, of a power that can bring life from death. The very scars of your past struggle, which you once saw as blemishes, have now, in the light of your restoration, become beautiful marks of authenticity, testaments to the battles you have endured, and the victory that has been won on your behalf. Your life has become a magnificent work of art, a kintsugi masterpiece, whose beauty is made all the more profound by the golden seams of my grace that have mended your broken places And this beauty, my child, is a radiant beauty, a beauty that will shine as a beacon of hope in a world that is so often lost in the darkness of its own unredeemed struggles. And from this new identity flows a new and quiet authority. A person who has never known a great struggle may possess a certain kind of confidence, but it is often the brittle confidence of the ego. But you, my child, having been brought through the fire of your trial and into the new life of your restoration, you will now possess a different kind of authority. It is the quiet, humble, yet unshakable authority of a soul that knows its own weakness and has discovered my infinite strength. It is the authority that comes from a deep, experiential knowledge of my faithfulness. It is the authority to speak of hope with a conviction that is born not of theory, but of your own lived reality. This gentle authority will be a hallmark of your restored life, and it will be a source of profound stability and guidance for all who come into your sphere of influence. And most gloriously of all, my precious one, this new identity as a testament of my grace gives your life a new and magnificent purpose. Your struggle was not in vain, my child, and your restoration is not for you alone. Your entire journey has been a sacred preparation, a divine training that has now uniquely equipped you to be an instrument of my hope, my healing, and my love to a broken and struggling world. You are now a credible witness. You can speak to the one who is in the midst of their own battle, not from a place of distant pity, but from a place of deep, authentic empathy. You can look into their eyes and say, with a quiet and loving authority, I know it is hard. I have been there. But I also know that there's a God who sees, who loves, and who restores. Let me tell you my story and your story. My beloved, your beautiful, powerful, victorious testimony of my grace will be a key that will unlock the prisons of many other souls. This is the great, redemptive purpose I have had for you all along. I have seen you struggle. Yes, but I have also seen the magnificent testament you would become. I have seen the powerful ministry that will be born from your deepest pain. I have seen the glorious harvest that would come from the very ground that you once believed to be barren. My delight, my child, is now to see you begin to step into this new purpose, to see your own personal restoration begin to overflow as a source of restoration for others. So, my beloved, I invite you now to fully embrace this new and glorious identity. You are no longer defined by your struggle. You are defined by your restoration. You are a living, breathing, and beautiful testament to my grace and your life. From this moment on is a magnificent story that will bring glory to my name and hope to the world. Live in this truth. Walk in this purpose. For you have been transformed from a weary struggler into a glorious, victorious, and magnificent testament of my grace. And so, my cherished child, my beautiful and victorious testament of grace, as you begin to walk in the splendor of your new and restored identity, let this final, most magnificent promise become the very bedrock of your soul, the eternal anchor of your hope for all of your days to come. The work of restoration that I have begun in you, the beautiful transformation of your struggle into your strength and your testimony, is not a work that I will ever abandon. I am not a builder who walks away from a project half finished. I am not a physician who leaves a patient half healed. No. My beloved, I am the God who is the author and the finisher of your faith. And this is my solemn, unshakable, and eternal promise to you: I will see you through. I will be your constant witness and your unfailing restorer, not just for this season, but for every season of your life, until your every struggle has been transformed into a complete and everlasting victory, until you stand before me, whole, glorious, and magnificent, a finished masterpiece of my redeeming love. This is the ultimate security for your spirit. My precious one, the greatest fear of a soul that has known a long and difficult battle is that another, even greater, battle may lie ahead, a battle for which they will not have the strength. But I am here to banish that fear from your heart forever. For you now know the secret of my kingdom. You now know that my seeing of your struggle is always the prelude to my work of your restoration. You can now face the future with a new and profound confidence, knowing that you will never face any struggle alone, and that no struggle you ever face will have the final say. My grace will always have the final say. My restoration will always have the final word. My commitment to you, my child, is to see this beautiful work of your restoration through to its absolute completion. I will not leave any part of your heart unhealed. I will not leave any part of your story unredeemed. The same love that saw you in your deepest struggle is the same love that will now guide you into your most glorious triumphs. The same power that began this good work in you is the same power that will faithfully, joyfully, and certainly bring it to its magnificent end. Live, then, my beloved, in the profound peace and the quiet confidence of this promise. You do not have to live in fear of the future. You do not have to live in fear of your own weakness, for you are held in the hands of a God who has seen your struggle, and who has come, and who will stay, to be your complete and everlasting restoration. Your life is no longer a story of your struggle, but a story of my faithfulness. And it is a story that will have a glorious, triumphant, and beautiful ending. An ending that is, in truth, just the beginning of a new and everlasting life of joy in me. I have seen you struggle, my child, and I have come to restore you, and I will see you, my beloved, all the way through, all the way home. This is my promise. This is your peace. This is your eternal reality. And now, my precious one, as you rest in the profound security of this eternal promise, let your spirit be utterly at peace. The lonely battle is over, for your divine witness will never leave you. The fear of being left in ruins is gone, for your master restorer will never cease his work. You are seen, you are being restored, and you are held in a love that will see you through to your complete and glorious victory. Rest in this, my beloved. You are safe, you are cherished, and your restoration is sure.